All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
You know, we pick a piece of content and we just go deep on it.
Absolutely.
And so today is January 2nd, 2025, and there is a YouTube update about some Tesla news.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a Wall Street thriller meets like a Michael Bay action film.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
There's a Cybertruck incident.
Oh.
There's stock market stuff. And then there's tax credit stuff.
Oh, wow.
So all very interesting things.
Yeah.
The most intriguing thing is that Tesla stock is up.
Okay.
Even though there was a Cybertruck explosion.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's kind of where we're going with this.
Well, it's amazing how one event can really, like you said, send ripples through all these different areas, you know. Public perception, financial markets, government regulations. It's a good example of how interconnected things are, especially with a company as prominent as Tesla.
Yeah, so let's talk about the Cybertruck explosion. So picture this. You're in Las Vegas. You're outside the Trump International Hotel.
Okay.
And boom, a Cybertruck explodes.
Oh, my goodness.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. And it wasn't just any explosion. Like, the details are pretty disturbing.
Yeah.
The driver was a 37-year-old Army veteran named Matthew Livelsberger, and tragically, he did not survive.
Oh, no.
And, authorities are investigating this as a potential act of terrorism.
It does sound like something out of an action movie.
Yeah.
Right, and they found fireworks and gas tanks and camping fuel and a whole detonation system inside the wrecked Cybertruck.
Wow.
That's pretty chilling stuff.
Yeah, I mean...
And they're even looking into a possible connection to a similar incident.
Oh, wow.
That happened in New Orleans.
So there could be like a pattern?
Potentially, yeah.
A motive behind these incidents?
Yeah.
That is really concerning, especially, if it turns out to be a targeted attack against Tesla or electric vehicles.
Yeah.
That could have a big impact on how the public perceives these vehicles, and then it could lead to all sorts of things like, increased security measures around electric vehicles, charging infrastructure.
Yeah.
That could even, impact adoption rates.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The stock went up.
I know.
Right?
Isn't that crazy?
So the Cybertruck explodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very public incident.
Yeah.
And the stock goes up 1.7% on the first trading day of the year.
Yeah, I guess it's not that surprising when you think about it.
Well,
because remember, Tesla's about to release their Q4 delivery report. And they need to have delivered over 515,000 vehicles to beat their 2023 numbers.
Okay.
So the stock market's basically betting on them having a strong end to the year.
Right. So they're not really thinking about the explosion as much as they're thinking about their end-of-year numbers.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah. And we also can't forget that Elon Musk came out and said, the explosion wasn't because of a design flaw.
Right. Do you think that helped?
I mean, public statements from a CEO, especially somebody as influential as Elon Musk, can absolutely influence market sentiment.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people probably took it with a grain of salt.
Right.
He's got a vested interest in downplaying any safety concerns. So,
yeah. Okay, so speaking of potential buyers, let's talk about the federal tax credit situation because as of January 1st, the dual-motor Cybertruck now qualifies for the $7,500 tax credit.
That's huge for potential buyers.
Yeah.
I mean, the tax credit makes it so much more affordable.
Right.
It could really boost demand.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is that the tri-motor Cybertruck, the Cyber Beast as some people call it, doesn't qualify. I think that's probably because it's heavier and it exceeds the weight limit set by the program.
Okay. So the dual motor version actually wasn't eligible before either.
Really?
Because of issues with sourcing battery components.
Interesting.
But even with the lower price point in orders, open demand was really sluggish in Q4.
You know what that tells me is that people were holding out for the tax credit to kick in before placing their orders.
Got it.
It really shows you how important these financial incentives are in getting people to buy electric vehicles.
Yeah, it really makes you think, like, will demand hold up in the long run?
Yeah.
Especially with that single-motor Cybertruck coming out.
Right, because that'll be eligible for the tax credit too.
Right.
But it might be less profitable for Tesla because it's a lower price point.
Man, it's pretty crazy.
It is.
It's like this whole incident, and then the stock market's like whatever.
Yeah.
And then the tax credit is like...
This is a good case study, I think, in how business and technology and geopolitics all kind of intersect.
Right.
And it shows you that even with all the data in the world,
right,
it's still hard to predict the future.
So here's a thought for you.
Yeah.
What if this whole Cybertruck explosion leads to increased demand?
Okay.
Because of all the publicity.
Interesting.
Or like a, a bad boy image for the Cybertruck.
Like it survived an explosion kind of thing.
Yeah, like they can take anything you throw at it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, it's certainly possible. Yeah. Any publicity is good publicity, as they say. So
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in for another deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
We'll see you next time.
Bye. Bye. Bye.